Still
bigger
got some
than
space.
Cali's big cup, but what is?
What
honestly.
is? Yeah. But you know, you have your nice new house, plenty of room for these cups, and
Oh, yeah, I
many
have
more to
my own
come.
trophy mantle now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I've seen it. It's wonderful.
Cali's is still up there with them though, still bigger. Always gets under my skin.
You actually talked about your deck choice in your article for the Legacy Open. You know, you didn't really mention the Standard much, but your Legacy, you know, you were really thinking about it. You were between Maverick and Esper Deathblade, but you wanted to keep the Force of Wills in the main deck, a change Lauren Nolan made, said he might have regretted. Obviously,
It was awesome.
yeah, you seem pretty happy with your Force of Wills. They were very timely. In fact, game one, I think you were just dead without peeling one in a very timely spot.
Yeah, I mean, I had to brainstorm into, you know, the Force of Will to keep from dying to the sneak attack, and obviously I was dead to any misdirection Force of Will from him, but luckily he just had, you know, all combo pieces and not really a lot of protection. Like, he used the misdirection early on my Thoughtseize, which, you know, maybe that ended up changing the game because, like, I take his combo piece and then he draws a different one, and then, you know, I'm just, you know, losing to misdirection as opposed to...
There are a lot of potential futures there, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if he gained control of the Thoughtseize and was able to, like, take a brainstorm from me or something, I think that might have made the play, like, obviously more appealing. But, I mean, I can see the wanting to protect your hand and just go for it. You know, after you saw my hand, you know, all I had was brainstorm, and I'd have a Force of Will in the top 3, luckily.
There it is.
Game.
Well, what actually, you know, swayed you over to Esper Deathblade, you know? I mean, you were between two decks.
Sure. Well, I was planning on playing either Maverick or Esper Deathblade, and I haven't played Stoneforge Mystic in a long time, and I had a lot of success with it last year, and it's pretty solid, you know, in general. Like, the deck, BBD worked a lot on it. He played at the Invitational. Lauren Nolan won with it last week or week before. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah,
in Nashville.
And I mean, the deck looked very good, and that's what I liked about it. Whereas, like, Maverick, I haven't played it in, you know, just as long, but on paper it just looks like a pile of grizzly bears. And I really want to try out Voice Resurgence, but I don't think it's very good against combo decks, and I also don't think it's very good against control decks because, you know, they have Swords of Plowshares as their main source of removal. The only matchup where I would really like it is probably Rug Delver, you know, because if they kill it, you get like a giant guy, or, you know, it keeps them from being able to play Dazes and stuff like that. But I don't know. It didn't seem like it was that good, so I just opted for the safe choice.
Yeah, it certainly panned out for you. What do you think your chances going into this top 8? How do you
I
think
mean, I felt
up?
very confident. You know, I didn't in the top 8, but in the finals, you know, I played against Show and Tell earlier, and the same thing happened where he had his combo, but if he had any sort of protection, like, I was dead. And, you know, I've played both sides of the, you know, the matchup a lot, and I know that you get those draws. You know, you have all these dig spells to fix your hand, but when your opponent's Thoughtseizing you and also has Force Wills in their deck, sometimes everything just kind of falls apart. Maybe you flood out a little bit. And I got, you know, pretty lucky that in game 1 he just drew nothing for like 6 turns. You know, I mean, I had the Crocus to prevent Show and Tell, but, you know, if he plays another sneak attack, I just lose on the spot. So
fair enough. Well, I'm sure we'll get to talk about this event a little bit more.
On Above the Curve.
Yeah, that's right. If you guys have a premium subscription, we're going to be filming a new episode of Above the Curve this Tuesday, and we'll have Brad and Todd, who each managed to take a trophy home. Yeah.
Or this morning?
This morning, yeah.
Wow.
So we'll have some trophies, a pretty sweet winner's circle in which, you know, these guys are going to talk about how awesome they are, and I'll get to navigate the discussion.
That's so, like, ego stroking. You know,
yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's exactly what these guys needed, bigger egos, I assure you.
Come on, buddy.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to Cedric and AJ in the booth. They'll go ahead and close out Baltimore, and yeah, we'll see you next weekend.
All right, congratulations to Todd Anderson, Brad Nelson, Bard